Alright, everyone, it's your boy, guy, man, homies. I don't know. Some people think I'm a man. Some people think otherwise. But regardless, that was a crazy ass intro. Anyways, it's me, Satachi. We're live. If you want to be on a future video, catch my live streams, have the notice on if you want. Join my Discord. It's in the description. Join everything. Today, it's been very, very, very long overdue since I've said I'd do one of these. I've done one, I think, a month ago, but, I'm gonna start rolling them out. I'm gonna start pumping them out. I'm gonna start, especially since the last New Heroes banner got us an attuned unit. I think that alone already basically gave it away. I will be doing an attuned skill tier list. I will be doing an attuned skill tier list. I don't even remember when the last time I've even saw, like, another FateTuber do, like, an attuned skill tier list. But here we are. Now, world's worst tier list upcoming. See, if you guys want to be part of the video and talk shit while I'm making this tier list, feel free to join my live streams. Here we go. Oh my god, look at everyone already dunking on me, bro. I didn't even fucking start. You guys are being such assholes. Anyways, so, the criteria. We will not be judging these units based on how they perform alone. Alright, getting that out of the way real quick. We are going to be ranking units based on the attune skill, alright? So, I feel... That's crazy. That's a crazy stray. Anyways, like I said, I will be ranking these Echo skills one by one in order. And I want to premise right now saying that, you know, despite what other people think, I think if you're able to use an attune skill, why not? Okay? Like, just do it. Obviously, don't sack your attuned unit just for the skill. Like, obviously, make sure you get some other cool shit too. But, you know, I don't think... You know, an added effect at the end of the day is an added effect, regardless of how good it is, except for one, which we'll get to later. But Triandra's the first one, not Peony. Yo, they debuted at the same time. Leave me alone. All right. So we're gonna start one by one, and this is how I feel about the attune skills right now, as of July 26, 2025. So I'm not gonna be rating them based on like how they were on debut. I'm rating them how they are right now. So first we have Peony. She debuted with, I blacked out for a second. She debuted with Attack Oath Echo, and basically it's just at start of turn, attack +6, you know, the blue visible buff, with the Oath effect, which basically lets you warp within 2 spaces of an ally. I think that right now, it's okay. I think it's okay. It's definitely not D tier. It's definitely still usable. There are certain units, especially like dancers and other support units, that actually really like the Oath status. It helps them maneuver around pretty easy. Helps you go around your own allies, do whatever you need to do, whether it be a harsh command or a dance. I still really like it. You're really not using this Echo skill for like the for the attack +6. You're really doing it for the warping. Again, I think it aged pretty well, especially as one of the very first attuned skills in the game. I think it's solid. I think I'm gonna put it in the middle of the pack. It's a B. I think it's solid. Nothing too crazy. Nothing out of the ordinary. Even now, admittedly, now that I'm thinking about it, the units that do want Oath built in, especially like the flyers, are actually flexible enough to run aerobatics as like the Sacred Seal or Flyer Formation, or whichever one of those skills let you basically warp next to your ally. So it's not super needed, but it's still a solid enough effect at the end of the day. It still is. It's still nice to have. But yeah, I'd put Attack Oath Echo in the middle of the pack. I definitely think it was overrated when it first came out, I will say. That's a topic for a different video. But next we have Triandra with Deathblow Echo. Now, a lot of people hate this Echo skill. A lot of people would rather not run an Echo skill just because of this, just because of it being Deathblow Echo, which I feel like, one, that's stupid. Two, I feel like people aren't really considering that +4 attack, you know, if you're using on a fast unit that doubles, that's really +8 attack. If you're using on someone that has potent, that's +12 attack. If you're using on someone that fucking quads, that's +16 attack. And I feel like a lot of people don't really realize that. Like, the difference between this and Attack Oath Echo is that Attack Oath Echo, that +6 is a visible stat bonus. Everyone and their mother gives visible stat bonuses, bro. Like, it's the reason why for the longest time freaking Distant Bonus Doubler and Bonus Doubler 4 was so, like, common, because just, like, every skill or, like, unit that comes out now and then, like, just shits it out. The +4 to attack is an in-combat buff, which means you could just keep stacking that. You can't do that with Attack Oath Echo. Once you already have that +6, you're not making that +12, you know? So, I feel like a lot of people don't realize that, surprisingly. Despite us being, like, 8 years into the game, but it is what it is. Now, I was pretty high on this, especially when it first debuted. We have 2 other Echo skills, which basically gives you more attack potency, but in better aspects, which we'll get to later. But so, you know, because of that, I can't really rank this as highly as I initially wanted to. I think right now, it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's D tier. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. +4, again, to attack is still +4 attack. Again, unless you're giving this to someone like Athos, that's literally just +4 attack. If you're giving this to someone like, again, someone that quads or, like, doubles, it's even way more, you know? I'm really high. I still like it. I'm really high. I'm really high on the Echo. That was a crazy time for me to pause. I am not high, chat. Anyways, I still like the Echo skill a lot. I don't think it's as horrible as a lot of people make it out to be. Just because Death Blow on the X slot, that's so stupid, you know. It's really not bad. What on? No, I'm not. Oh my god. Anyways, next we have Attuned Nino. And her attuned skill is... what the fuck was it called again? Fleeting Echo, there you go. It's basically 30% pierceable damage reduction. And speed +2. That is it. You see, unlike Deathblow Echo, you know, there's really more mileage to having +4 on each hit. You could use this Echo skill right now, but in my opinion, I really don't think it's really that good at all. The +2 to speed is, like, unbelievably, like, so minuscule that, like, it's almost never gonna make a difference. The damage reduction is pierceable, so at the very least, because everyone can outsource or just have damage shredding or full-on piercing right off the bat, so at the very least, giving it benefit of the doubt, that 30% damage reduction is really 15. It's really 15, at the very least, bro. Because of that, I really cannot, in good faith, rank this super high. Why are there so many green units than other colored units for Toon Heroes? That's a good question, actually. I didn't even notice that until you pointed that. Most of these fucks are green. That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I can't in good faith rank it super high. I think you could probably argue a case to make this work with damage reflection, if it even works that way, if you're even reducing anything to begin with because of how low DR you're actually getting at the end of the day. Oh, I'm torn between C and D, chat. I can't even lie. I cannot even lie. I really don't think... It's definitely not better than Triandra's. I'm saying that right now. It is not better than Triandra's. I genuinely think Deathblow Echo is better. Chat, I'm so torn. I'm sorry. I just don't... I don't like it. I think it's D tier. I really don't like it. Like, you're barely reducing any damage. Best case scenario, it's going to be 15 instead of 30. The +2 speed isn't... If you're not getting as much of a stat swing with this +2 speed as opposed to, again, Deathblow Echo's attack +4, because again, you're having multiple attacks with Deathblow Echo. Speed, it's only really good for like one thing, and it's just to double your opponent or not, or like to stop being doubled. Very rarely will that ever actually make or break something. I could argue this used to being really good, like back when like Devoted Basket was a thing, because that scaled off speed, so you really did want as much speed as you want. But I really am not high on Fleeting Echo. I think it's kind of butter booty butt cheeks. That being said, I'm putting her in D. I'm sorry. Nexus Ivy with Soaring Echo. This... I still think it's one of the best attunes in the game. I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you. I still see myself going back to using... Like, this being an Echo slot, like Soaring Guidance, is so good. I think it's so good. You know, even with anti-warping being a thing, it's really only one unit most of the time, like 80 to 90% of the time, having, like, anti-warp. So it's like, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. But even then, when you're doing like your openings for like ether raids or even summoner duels, and you know, even things like arena, if you know, flyers don't normally like score well in arena, but like the couple of times where we have duos or legendaries that are flyers that are able to afford to run an echo skill, typically not really legendaries, but duo units for sure. And you're able to afford using Soaring Echo. Like, I think it's really good. I don't think it's S tier worthy. You could make an argument for it, and I don't think I would fight it that hard, but I think it's still really good. I still think Soaring Echo is like one of the best attunes out there. Again, just because of the flexibility, you being able to open up easy with your units, I think it's really good. I still think it's really good. Next is attuned Sheeta with Guard Echo. Chat, do I need to explain myself? Please do not tell me that I need to explain myself. Chat, I don't have to explain myself, right? Do I have to explain myself? Viewers on YouTube, do I have to explain myself? Do I really have to explain myself? Okay, no. Alright, thank you. Alright. Well, I will explain myself, unfortunately, anyways, for those that don't know. Guard is the new Null follow-up. Everything has Guard. Everything has Tempo. Even if you don't have Tempo built in, Speed Taker is a really good B skill right now, which has built-in Tempo. Like, even if you don't even have Tempo, everyone has Special Jump up the ass. It's like, what are you guarding? It has 20% DR, which, again, everything at least has 50 flat. Or not 50 flat, 50 shred at least. So that 20 DR is really going to be 10 most of the time against, like, a competent team. I think this is, like, one of the worst, if not the worst Echo skill in the game. I could at least see a use case scenario for Fleeting Echo, maybe with like damage reflection if you even like reduce anything to begin with. But I don't know. I'm not really high on this at all. I think it's amongst one of the worst. I can't even lie. But yeah, I'm sorry, chat. I don't like Guard Echo. Next is Wings of Mercy Echo. Now, I think I'm one of the few people that really likes this only because I am biased, because Fallen Edelgard makes really good use of this Echo skill. However, I don't think it aged that well because of how much movement and different movement options everyone has. Think about it. We have things like Shadow Shift, Shadow Smite, 4 ranged units, 6 ranged units. You know, we have so many ways of already getting in that I don't really think it's that. No, I just don't think it's, you know, we just have so many tools of already getting in, I don't think it's that worth it. However, it's still really good on units that, like, again, like older units, so I don't think it's bad per se. But I don't think it's, like, super great. Also, to remind people, this is Echo skills only. We are not ranking the units base, you know. I definitely think a Tuxedo is a better unit than Ivy. Like, I want to get that out of the way. We're rating this based on the Echo skill. That's it. But yeah, I still... It's still good. It's still good. It's still good, but, like, it's not, like, the crazy skill that it once was. I think I'm gonna probably put it in C tier. I don't think it's better than Triandra's Echo skill. Maybe it's better. I don't know. You could, honestly, this is very debatable. Right here is very debatable, actually. You could argue which one's better, but I definitely think it's C tier. I don't think it's a bad Echo skill. It's okay. C tier to me is okay. D tier is bad. D tier to me is like why. B tier is solid. A is good, and then S is obviously like, yeah, like really good. But yeah. That's where I think I'd put Wings of Mercy Echo. It's not bad. It's okay. Again, we just have so many options of just getting in that it's just like, you know, I'd rather just get something else, you know. Next is one of my favorite attuned units, attuned McCoy, and she has 4 Trace Echo. Now, her Echo is she has Cancer remaining +1 and +3 true damage, including AoEs. And I think that's really good. Again, chat, +3 damage, true damage. That's per hit. That is not... That's not, you know... It's not like Deathblow Echo. I mean, it's not like Attack Oath Echo. It's, you know, per hit is +3. So, if you're doubling, that's +6. If you're hitting opponent attack, that's 9. If you're quadding, that's 12. Alright? That's really good. Unfortunately, it's only locked to... I think it's Flyers, and I think, it's Flyers and Cavs. It's Flyers and ranged Cavs. Still really good. Being able to have Trace on the X slot's pretty good. It saves up your B and C slots for sure as a Cav or a Flyer. But realistically, you're really looking at this for the +3 true damage. A lot of things already give out Kanto. One of the best support units in the game, in my opinion, still is, like, probably like top 5, top 10 is still Duo Lucina, and she gives Kanto 2. So, like a flat Kanto 2, which is still really good. But again, I mainly prioritize this Echo skill for the true damage, especially with AoEs. The AoE, the +3 damage for AoEs, AoEs used to be really good, so... But unfortunately, it's really not that great anymore. Very few units are AoEing out the ass. Because, again, we have things like Imbue, we have the Hathrons. Even though Breath of Life isn't as prevalent as it once was. You know, things like, again, Black Knight and the healing hands, like the literal 3 Hathorns we fucking have. You know, the healing is still there, so you're really just getting that back up. Because of an Echo skill that we just got recently, I don't think it's as good as it once was, but I still think that it's like a really, really busted like attune skill. I think this is like the borderline of A tier. I think this is either at the top of A tier or at the bottom of S tier. It's one of those two. It's one of those two. I think it's really good. Yeah, I don't really have that much, I don't have that much, thoughts to say aside from, like, it's just really good. +3 true damage per hit, and then 4 Trace Echo remaining is really nice. You can never go wrong with that. Especially since also Canal Control is, like, still not super... Some people still run it, but because of Sakura, a lot of people aren't really running it anymore, which, if you want my opinion, I never really cared that much for Canal Control for the past, like, year. Because, again, everyone just has, like, +6 fucking movement, and I'll just kill your Canal Control unit anyways, or I'll just bait you into killing you again. And, like, I never had a problem with Canal Control, personally, since, like, the past year. So, to each their own, that's my take, but I super like Far Trace Echo. I think it's really good. Next is Attuned Eirika with NCD Echo. Now, if you want my opinion, I feel like I think that NCD Echo came a little too late. I'm not gonna lie. When she debuted, I don't really think that there was a lot of sweep units anymore at the time. Like, literally, like, when she came out, Leon was, I think, pronounced dead. Which was, like, I think the only, like, sweep unit in the game that was good at the time. Before that, it was Eirika, and I think there was one, not Eirika, there was Legendary Hinoka that came out months before Leon. There was, who else? There was, I think there was another person, but by the time she came out, there really wasn't that many sweep units, you know? So, if you want my opinion, I wasn't, like, super high on it, when she debuted. Eventually, we got things like the Rother, which, that mattered. But now that we have things like the Alirs with Spell Spirit that literally gives everyone fucking NCD, and we have Silence Ward that gives NCD also, at least I'm pretty sure that's what it does, you know, it's hard justifying this. It's hard justifying this. It's not horrible. NCD is one of those effects that will come and go because of its usage cases. But at the moment, at least like in a competent team setup, I don't think if you have NCD, it's not because of this unit or like this Echo skill. Again, it's not bad, and there is some respect you should give it as something that comes and goes. I think it's mid. I think it's in the middle. I think it's in the middle. I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's great. I think it's like a true mid. Null C isn't the #1 or #2 you're going for as of exactly. And even then, there's like so many other options you can have to get like NCD support. You know, people even run frickin' Ice Tribe at times with I remember with Winter Alir for NCD support. Like, you know, we have other ways of just getting it now, and the Alir's just made it way easier. Next is Attuned Tamara. She has Times Pulse Echo. I was really high on it when it came out. It enabled a lot of strategies. It helped pre-charge AoEs, helped pre-charge Gale Force. I still like it. I'm not as high anymore on it because maybe this is me. Maybe I'm looking at the small majority or like the small like group people. But like when I saw people run Times Pulse Echo, a lot of it was for AoEs. Because of that, since AoEs are kind of like down in the dumps right now, I can't really rate it as high in terms of like making, you know, skills like AoEs, you know, get pre-charged, so I can't really, you know, look at it that way. I'm trying to look at it now, since AoEs are dead, for like pre-charging like offensive specials, but even then it's like, you'd rather have a special jump, you know? But like, even now, like, it's still not bad. I think this is another one of those Echo skills where it's like, it's definitely not C, hell no. I think it's either bottom of A or top of B. It's one of those two. We have a lot of C skills that special jump. We have a lot of units that also give you preempt pulse for special jump. A lot of units can consistently, like I say, it's really not that hard if you really wanted to like, you know, charge your specials. I feel like if AoEs come back, I could maybe see an A tier. I don't know. Again, cause like I'm trying to like also look. Yeah, no. I think she's in B. I can't, in good faith, put Times Pulse Echo at the same tier as Soaring Echo and Fortress Echo. I just can't. I really just can't. Yeah, I can't. I think I'm putting her in B. I think it's solid. I think it's solid. Nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. Next is Attune Hector with Distant Counter Echo. I feel like people are gonna be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, Satoshi?" But I think this is our first S tier. I think Distant. Okay, first of all, let me get some stuff out of the way real quick. I think Distant Bonus Doubler has been a dying skill for the past like fucking like end of last year. Like, there's been so many neutralizes foes bonuses effects everywhere, so you're really not getting that much stats from it realistically. I've seen a lot of people switch out to Prime. The usage case of armors now having a free A skill and not needing to run like Distant Stance or like, you know, fucking like the fact that they don't have to run DC Echo, or not DC Echo, DC melee or DC in the A slot, like, gives you so much like flexibility and more room to get more stats on your save, which obviously is something that you'd want. And not only that, like I said earlier, I've not been high on Distant Bonus Doubler for a while. I've personally put Distant Counter Echo on my Omni tanks because, again, I just don't like relying on bonuses. On competent teams, they're gonna have neutralizes foes bonuses. Like, it's just gonna happen, and then a lot of those stats are gonna go poof, all like completely gone. I'd rather run things like perfect attack speed. Sometimes I'd even rather run finish. I'd rather run Firestorm boost for the extra HP and the healing. Like, I'd rather just do that than Distant Bonus Doubler. That's my take. I really like Attune Hector. I want to take credit. I was super high on him when he first came out. Everyone was like, "Oh, he seems okay. He seems alright." Bro, DBD still works on ally within 2 space. Yeah, I know, but I still just don't. I just still don't like relying on it. I really don't. I really, really don't. And then on top of that, also being locked to 2 spaces kind of just, it just doesn't sit right with me personally. I don't. I really don't like it. Attune Hector, it's not that bad. Oh yeah, I don't think it's bad. It's definitely not bad, but I don't think it's like, I don't think it's the Omni Tank A skill anymore. I really don't. If I'm able to make my Omni Tank run Distant Counter Echo, I'd rather do that. Free up my Seal and my Ace slot to get even more stats potentially. But yeah. That's where I'm going to put Hector. Or Attuned Echo. Attuned Echo. Disencounter Echo. Next we have is Attuned Brigid. Brigid, right? Yeah, Brigid. She's interesting. Tempo Echo. It's 50% DR piercing, and you get tempo. For me, I look at it at the... Because we have tempo, again, everywhere. It's nice for the DR piercing if you don't have it already. But again, I feel like most of the time, you just already have tempo. It's not horrible. I don't think I'd put in C tier or lower. It's a lifesaver for old units. That's fair. That's fair. But like, if we're not looking at the tempo, 50% DR shredding still nice. B slot's pretty competitive. A lot of units just have Speed Taker or like Potent on like their B skill. Well, depending on the archetype, but you know. And if you don't have tempo in the B slot, you have it in the weapon, like most of the time. But then again, the value of tempo is just not super great because again, there's just so much special jump. Like you're just not worried about having tempo that much, you know. I think I'll put it in B. I think. Double DR piercing is still nice. That's true. 70, making that 50 into 75 is still pretty nice. I don't know how I want to order B tier. B tier is kind of hard for me to order, I'm not gonna lie. B tier is a little hard for me to order. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. But yeah. I think it's B tier. I think it's B tier. It's solid. I don't think it's bad. I think it's solid. Like you said, like my chat said earlier, it's definitely a lifesaver for older units. To be able to have a DR piercing, it's nice. It's solid. It's solid. Nowadays, you need 2 specials to kill due to specials like Ice Wall. Yeah. Next, we have Attuned my goat. I'm so sad I had to skip him twice. That hurt me. Well, I didn't technically skip the second time, but he has Lull Echo, which that's pretty good. I like it. I like Lull Echo. I like it. I never see Lull Echo surprisingly. That is surprising. I like it. I like it more than defensive tempo is really good right now. All right, chat's convincing me. That's true. That is very true. That is very, very true. For good against Eirika and stuff. You know what? You convinced me. You've convinced me. You've convinced me. I think I'm gonna put it at the bottom of A. I think I'll put it at the bottom of A. You convinced me. That is true. That is very, very true. I didn't even think of that. That's true. Next is Attuned with Lull Echo. There's bonuses everywhere. It's really good, but I just don't know how really good it is. I'm trying to think. What's his stat swing? I forgot. Chat, is it Omni -4 or -2 on the foe? When you neutralize the bonuses. Is that 2 or 4? It's 2, 3, or 4. It's one of those numbers. I completely forgot. It's -3. So, because of you're also neutralizing the foe's bonuses, technically that's a -9, if you really think about it. If you really want to Giga Chad big brain that shit, you know? That's really -9. And then if that's like Ethernir, you know. It's -4? Damn, that's strong. I'm high on this. Lull Echo's also like one of the only good echoes, yeah, for like Cavs, yeah. -4 to all stats depending on the amount of bonuses, so inverted prime. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, it's 2, right? You need 2 or 3 bonuses, which that's not even hard to get, like, let's be real. People breathe out fucking 7 bonuses, like, out the ass. That's not really, like, hard to do. I'm a fan. I like it. I like it a lot. If you want my opinion, I like it better than everyone in B. I like it better than everything in B. I think it's either A. It's definitely at least A. Top of B IMO. I was gonna say bottom of A. I was personally gonna say bottom of A. It's easily outsourced. That is true, but you're also still debuffing them, which is it's still like stats, you know? At worst. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Even if we can, yeah. How easily outsourced are we talking, though? Like, pretty fucking easy, I can't lie. I'm putting it at the bottom of A. If I put, like, I just can't, like, if I put it like this, if I put it like this, right, it just looks wrong seeing them all in the same tier. Like, I think I'm putting it at the bottom of A. I think bottom of A is fair. Marnie, enough said. Oh god. Alright, chat. Next is... Oh god. Next is Scowl Echo. Yippee! Yippee! Scowl is so mid, that's... No. It's not mid. It's fucking ass. It's fucking ass. I'd argue... Okay, I don't think it's worse than Guard Echo. It's definitely bottom 3 Echo. This shit... Not to bring back the whole dragon versus beast shit conversation, right? But like, beasts, at least they get fucking. At least they get like good skills or usable skills, you know? Dragons, when we get skills, we're like, oh yes, dragon skills, yeah, that's so good, yeah. Scowl Echo, woo, yeah. Woo! The only time I've ever seen Scowl being good is if you fucking scowl by like 4 or 5, literally. That is the only time I ever see that shit be good. That is literally the only time I ever see Scowl be good, or when it's on follow-up attacks. But like, we don't get a lot of those. And even then, it's like, we're starting to get skills like Pulse on Blades. That gives you, like, special jump on the follow-up attack. Even then, the good dragons, like, can't even use this Echo skill because they have a perf. Or, like, Like, no one wants this. Even 90% of dragons don't even want this. You literally want anything else that's above you. Like, literally. Like, I just don't think it's good. I really don't think it's good. And then most dragons also just don't even have the res for it, for real. And we are not, I swear to God, I'm not going to have this debate. We are not going to pretend a plus 10 infantry dragon with max flowers plus res at 45 res is good. We are not going to fucking pretend that that is good at max investment. We are not going to fucking lie to my face and say that that's good. For max invest, fuck no. Any modern unit with high res nowadays can just fucking eat your ass with that shit, dude. Like, hell no. We're not gonna pretend that's good. Motherfuckers hitting 60 to 70 res nowadays. I don't want to hear it. 50 res is barely a standard for Scowl. Exactly. Like, I really do not like Scowl. It's really, really bad. You're like, no. A team from 2 years ago can, like, unironically, can deal with fucking Scowl. Anyways. This Tiki in general was just buns. I think she was okay. Like, I think the expectation versus reality was, like, insane. Like, the contrast was fucking insane. But, I still thought she was okay. I don't think she was, like, fucking dog water. Yeah, I think she's fine. Next is Atun Tharja with, I believe, Crux Echo. I have to remember what Crux Echo does. So it's obviously Crux and then Omni -3. Wow. Okay. Okay, so it's Crux and then Omni -3. Now, I really... Did bro just say mid? That's crazy. I really like Crux. Chat, am I the only one that's high on Crux? I actually like Crux. Omni -3 is nice. Basically giving your allies a guaranteed follow-up attack is pretty good. I'm a big fan of Crux. Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely at least A tier. It is free stats, yeah. And then if more than one unit has Crux on your if all 4 of your units have Crux, that's -12 on the foe. Just from the freaking Echo alone. I like it a lot. At worst, it's good support. It's a guaranteed follow-up attack and Omni -4. Get Cruxed, idiot. And no follow-up is a yeah. I think I'm... You could triple rain / double Crux on one hero. It's kind of fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. I like it a lot. I really do like it a lot. Chat, am I crazy for doing this? Am I crazy for doing that? I don't know, something about seeing McCoy and Tharja as the same tier as these three, like, bothered me. I think that's fair. No, you're not crazy for doing that. Because how I look at it is like, okay, D is like, don't even bother. C is okay. It has niche scenarios. B is solid. A is pretty good. But could you outsource these things? Yeah, but is it good to be self-sufficient and have it? Yeah. S, I feel like it's like, these are things that, like, if you have them, like, you're pretty, like, pretty nice, you know? I think I'm gonna do that. I actually really yeah. I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this. Okay. And then next, last but certainly not the least, we have. I feel like Trace Echo being so high is SD coded. I'm an honest man. I think you're right. I think I'm being biased. You know what? I'll compromise. I'll compromise. I'll compromise. I'll compromise. Because I do. Now that you mentioned that, I think you're being right. I think I am being a little too biased on that skill. All right. Next is Sly Echo. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. I think I definitely like it more than Attuned Micaiah's. Is it better than Hector's? I think I'm gonna put Leafs the highest because not only is it, I feel like, one of the most impactful Echo skills, but it's quite literally the most flexible Echo skill you can put on a unit. The only restriction is staff units, which, yes, that's fucked up. But you know what, sure. You have +5 true damage per hit. You have also a guaranteed follow-up attack. So if you're already fast, if your opponent has follow-up denial, that is pseudo offensive NFU for those that don't know. So you'll double, because you'll meet the speed check, then they have follow-up denial, but then your guaranteed follow-up breaks the follow-up denial. So you have like pseudo, you know, player phase NFU in a way. So I super like it. I really do. I think it's probably the best Echo skill in the game. You could argue literally Hector. I prioritize the flexibility that literally anyone can have that. You could argue that, like, oh, you could put DC Echo on anyone too, but bro, you're not putting DC Echo on a Cav. Come on now. Let's be honest now. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. I would argue both DC Echo and Sly Echo are S+. Maybe. 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 I think I'll fold. I think I'll do that. I think I agree with that. Alright, cool. Chat. I think we're done. I think I like it ordered like this too. I think I do. I think I do. I think. B tier is a little one, and A tier is a little. B and A tier, those are the only two tiers I can argue placements for. Like if you think Alm is better than Ivy, or like Alm is better than Brigid, not well, like their attune skills. But overall, I think this is. I didn't think attune skills would, or echo skills would wrap up this quickly either. I think this is where I'd have it. I'm just gonna get rid of chat really quick, just so I can screenshot. Hell yeah. But yeah, that'll be the tier list, everyone. If you guys wanna be included in these tier lists in the future, be sure to follow my YouTube streams. Subscribe, join the Discord if you haven't already. We have a lot of good talks over there and funny moments, which you should definitely pull through. I guess I'll announce it now. This week, I'm also going to have a unit review stream. More deets will be in the Discord, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone!